Carlin Alford, mayoral candidate, corporate executive, owner of a semi-pro basketball team, principal and general manager of Alfco Wireless Company. He has overcome many experiences that has prepared him to speak on what it takes to be determined and successful. Welcome to the stage, Carlin J. Alford. Right. Carlin J. Alford.
Thank you. I don't even know if I'm worthy of that introduction at all. But it is actually my honor and my privilege to back cleanup in this all-star lineup. I want to thank all of the presenters that were in front of me. And I also want to thank all of those who ministered during the week of prayer that was connected to the front end of this. Thank the facilitators and the hosts, Pastor Melvin Hayden III. And now that we got that out of the way, let's just get right in and talk about the formula. What is the formula for success? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an educator. I'm just a dude that has had a lot of different life experiences. And I'm going to tell you, it's taken 50 years for me to get to this point, almost 50 years to bring you at this point. And I will tell you this, unashamedly, it's not arrogant, it's not boastful, but I have figured out what the formula is for success. And that is PPV. PPV, not pay-per-view, right? PPV, purpose, plan, and value. What is your purpose? What is your plan? And what is your value? Look, purpose, why am I here? Why am I here? When I was in first grade, on the first day of first grade, the teacher went around the room and asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't even remember what I said, but I remember what my cousin Todd Hunt said. He said he wanted to be a circus clown. Now, to my astonishment, he was dead serious and then proceeded to stand on his head to show the teacher that he could do the job of a circus clown. Now, years later, I had to understand that Todd, because he was in the first grade, had a limited perspective on what the word purpose meant. So when you look at what a circus clown does in his job, a circus clown facilitates an event that brings joy and light to people. If I had a Hammond B3 right now, we could end it right here. Church folks should already be shouting right now. What is Todd Hunt doing today? He is facilitating an event that brings joy and light to people. So while he may not have understood that being a circus clown had a purpose, Todd knew that he had a purpose before he knew he wanted to be a circus clown. So what I start off with is saying, understanding your purpose has to do with your perspective of what it is you're called to do. He's called to facilitate events that bring joy and light to people. And if you had joy and light today, raise your hand. I can see y'all on here. So what does that mean? How do I find my purpose? You need to pay attention to these three things. If nothing else I say, ask critical questions of yourself. The first thing is, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about helping people. I didn't understand that until, I was helping a lady at, there used to be an old school a grocery store not too far from my house called Hank's Grocery. And I remember I was a kid, my mom took us, and there was a lady in the meat section. She must have been about 4'11". And even though I was a kid, I was taller than her. And she was trying to reach up to get some meat from the butcher across and she couldn't quite reach, and the butcher was short too. So I went between them and grabbed the meat and gave it to the lady. And she thanked me so much, she wanted to give me some candy. And I said, no, ma'am, keep the candy. And the joy that filled my heart let me understand my purpose in life is to help people. I didn't know what that was going to do. I didn't know where that was going to take me. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I knew one thing, if I was going to do one thing in my life for the rest of my life, to get that same feeling, to get what I'm passionate about, it was going to be to help people. So that's the first critical question. What are you passionate about? Number two, what are the effects of my actions? The effects of my actions was that lady was able to have an easier experience in the grocery store. That was the effect of my action. That's good fruit. We talk about good fruit in the church. I don't need to go deeper into that. What are the effects of my action? Number one, what are you passionate about? Number two, what are the effects of my actions? Number three, where do I thrive? Where do I have the most energy? Where do I get the best feeling? Where do people affirm me the most? Look, we talk about people affirming us as a negative thing. Oh, don't worry about people affirming you. Don't listen. If 10 people tell you you're good at something, you're probably good at it. The first time I heard Joey Kibble sing, I was a senior in high school, and they were on tour for Pine Forge. It came to Pioneer Memorial Church, and I believe the choir director said it was his first time actually singing a solo with the choir. I'm gonna be honest with you. He was okay. But the more I heard him, the more I was like, this dude can sing. And so I went up to him afterwards. I was like, our families know each other. I don't know you do, but I just want to let you know you sang a song. You sang good. And he said to me, he's like, that really meant something to me. And there were 5 other people behind me lined up to tell him the same thing. Affirmation means something. So where do you thrive, right? What are the signals that tell you you're thriving in your purpose? So number one, what are you passionate about? Number two, what are the effects of my actions? And number three, where do I thrive? Ask those 3 critical questions. Moving along to the next P, what is your plan? I'm not even gonna spend a bunch of time on this because right here, this thing will preach by itself. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plan that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you a hope and a future. So you don't even have to come up with your own plan. You just have to tap in and plug in to the one who has the plans for your future. The hope, he's not going to harm you. Look, you may make plans for yourself. I had a plan to go bungee jumping one time in Dallas at the Galleria, me and a friend of mine. And we plunked our money down. And this was back then when they didn't know any better. And there was this big crane in the Galleria, bustling people, and it was over a concrete pad. And we went to go get some food. And when we came back, there was ambulances and sirens and stuff like that. The cord had gotten caught up with sun in the legs of the facilitator and brought him down to the concrete pad. I assumed that he died. I got my money back, right? My plan that night was to go on a thrill ride, but my plans would have harmed me. So if you trust the plans of God over your plans, you won't have to figure anything else out. So make sure you get connected and stay connected with God so that you can understand the plans that he has for you so that you can start executing your purpose according to his plan. Last thing, value, understanding your value. What is my worth? How much am I worth? Now, I'm gonna tell you something that nobody else is gonna tell you. Lean in real good because I'm not gonna yell this. Be realistic. Be realistic. Know what the market is determining for your services. Know what the market demands. Know what the market pays. Don't ask for 30 million if the market is paying 15. If you're a speaker or a singer or a preacher or a therapist or a teacher, if you're a teacher and the pay scale is $90,000, don't go in asking for $150. Be realistic. When you are realistic, that means you actually know your value. Do the analysis, do the analytics, know what the market bears for what it is that you provide. I have my own company. My own company provides a premium service. I don't give discounts. You will never buy anything on discount from Alfco Wireless Consulting, ever. Why? Because we are a white glove service. We only service the top 10% of the companies that need our services. Why? Because we know our value. And if you're looking for a cut rate coupon, Veterans Day sale, you're not going to get it with us. You can go somewhere else. My value is too high for the average company. But what I will say is this, you've got to be realistic. Number two, under your knowing your value, be obsessed with providing the best service possible. Why do people want to pay me top dollar? because I am obsessed with giving them everything they need and everything they want. When you get done talking to me, you don't want anything else, right? Because I am committed to giving you the best that I got. Anita Baker ain't got nothing on me. I'm giving you the best that I got, right? Listen, if you listen to Dr. Anthony Montague, you don't want to listen to anybody else. I got everything I need. I'm investing my 15%. I'm gonna put $1,000 in savings. I'm gonna increase my wealth. Why? I don't need to go listen to anybody else. He has given me everything I could ever want out of a financial coaching session. Be obsessed with that. And then when you ask for your top dollar, it's not even a conversation. And this applies to something even further than business. I am obsessed with being the best husband I can be. Oh, I want my wife to say, that's enough, honey. You don't have to buy me any more flowers. Okay, honey. All right, I'm tired of you rubbing my back. Okay. All right, honey. Listen, you've called me enough today. I got to go back to work. You told me that you love me enough. I know I'm beautiful. You keep telling me I'm beautiful. Good. Because she got to go get that anywhere else. She's not going to want that from anybody else because her cup will be full because I am obsessed. Hallelujah. You can be obsessed with being the best parent. Be obsessed with being the best and giving the most that you possibly can. And your value will be high. I'm moving. Okay. Last thing, your condition does not determine your value. Now I got to calm down from this. I'm hollering too much because this is my personal testimony, and there's always tears coming in my face as they're about to right now. I've been through so much. I've been through cancer treatments. I've been through congestive heart failure. I've had my leg amputated. I've lost everything I've had. I've had to rebuild my life from the ground up, from zero in my bank account. But God be the glory, I was still Carlin Alford through the whole thing. Joey told you that he's broken. He was broken, but Joey could still sing when he was broken. Joey was still on tour when he was broken, still ministering to people when he was broken. Irv Daphnis was flat broke and still ministering to people. Trey Hayden was going through stuff. His wife was in the hospital going through treatment. He was going through stuff with his father and his family, and he was still preaching the gospel. A $20 bill is still a $20 bill, no matter if it's folded or if it's dirty or if it's ripped or if it's crumpled up. But if you take that joker and slap it down on the table at the cashier when you're ready to check out, you still get $20 worth of stuff because the value never changed with the condition of the vehicle. So no matter who you are, what you're going through, what you've been through, you still have value. And it's up to you to understand that. Your condition does not determine your value. You're a $20 bill crumpled up, but you're still a $20 bill. My friend Irv Daphnis said, a broken crayon still colors. So when you understand your purpose and you know why you're here and you connect to the plan that God has for you, which is solid state, airtight, then you know you can determine what your value is. And no matter what your condition is, no matter what you go through, you can be in the midst of therapy and still have value. Your business may not have closed any business this week or this month and still have value. The PPV is the formula. And so it can get as crazy as it wants to out there. Trump could be president. Biden could be president. Satan could be president. But guess what? The formula never changes. Not with the condition of the environment, but with the content of your soul. God bless you all.
Okay.
Wow. This is why, Carlin, you were last. This is why. Everybody was totally amazing. Everybody was totally amazing. But God pressed upon my heart that Carlin was last. God put you last. So you don't have to be a preacher or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm all pumped up, Todd. But God The time is in. If y'all want to go, fine. We had a great Sustain the Change conference. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm sorry, honey. Here's the point, y'all. It's time. It's time to sustain your change. We've been talking to you all week. We've been crying with you all week. You don't know behind doors what we're doing. We've been praying for you all week. It's time to sustain your change. It's time. Get up and start moving like the man on the map. Get up and start moving. What are we waiting for? It's time to change.